What's up, y'all? Welcome to a new episode of In My Feelings. Well, I'm all in my feelings. It's been a while, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. It's been a while since I dropped the F Your Feelings episode or In My Feelings episode. And I'm gonna tell you why. I've been in my feelings. To podcast or not to podcast? That is the question. And I'm constantly on the fence about podcasting because one, I feel like everyone's doing it. But I told somebody a long time ago when they was talking about everyone's doing a podcast. I'm like, and everybody's doing acting, and everybody's doing stand-up, everybody doing everything. You know, it's like what's gonna have you like set apart from the rest, right? And so that's constantly what I'm trying to do. So with the Urban Legends was cool. You know, F Your Feelings is cool. I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why I slowed up on the podcast, even though I need to get back on it more consistently, and I'm trying. One is I'm tired of hitting up people to do the podcast. It's like I don't know if I need to just leave it open like a slotted, like they do for open mics in LA, where you could like do a slotted space and people could just sign up if they're available, and then I just confirm that I got a space open for them, or what, man. But I'm tired of hitting up people because you be like, do people really fuck with you, or they just coming through for I don't know. Then you get like, I don't know if people get tired because I be wanting to have back some of my homeboys, but then sometimes they'll be like they busy, so then I'm like, well, do they just not want to do the podcast again, or are they actually busy? So then you feel like you starting to be an inconvenience to people. And then the full episodes don't get no views. Keeping it 100 with y'all. Now, the clips get views. The clips get views sometimes. But it's like, do a podcast and hit up people and do all of this, or just do a reaction video of some butt cheeks and do 1 million views. So I'm very well aware that a podcast, really, if you don't have like a big name already, a podcast take 10 years, really. You know, Tony Hinchcliffe, when it comes to Kill Tony, and even Joe Rogan and all these people, like, it's like a 10-year journey. It really is like a 10-year journey. If you want, I heard Tom Segura say this, you got to drop a podcast every day for 10 years if you trying to sell out Madison Square Garden one day. And if you not going to be consistent like that, if you not going to drop a podcast every week for 10 years, don't even start. Stay your ass out the game. That's the level of consistency and discipline you have to have a popping podcast. It just is what it is. Because if you fall off, somebody else going to come, they going to be putting in them reps every week, and then they going to have a popping podcast. And it's room for everybody, but I'm just saying, like, if you want yours to be successful, that's what you have to do. So I'm in a place right now where it's like I be writing movie scripts. When y'all don't see me, I be doing shit. When y'all don't see me, I'm doing shit. Okay, if y'all don't see no post from me, that's because I'm being hyper focused on something else that I feel is gonna be more beneficial for my career and also more spiritually fulfilling at the moment. So anytime, y'all don't see me posting anything, that's because I'm probably working on a film script. I'm probably doing some auditions. I'm doing something like that. But then you lack the consistency, and then months go by, you ain't put out no podcast, and now you're back to square one. God damn. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm getting to an age also where I'm trying to talk less. If it ain't stand up, it's like, because what I realized is when you state people really don't want to hear your opinion. People want you to agree with whatever they're already thinking. They really don't want your perspective. Because when you give your perspective, and if it goes against what they're already thinking, now they just don't like you, or they think you jealous, or they think you hating on them, or they think there's some hidden motives, or they just think you're incompetent if you have a different perspective than them. So a part of me not even wanting to do podcasts, even when it comes to my reaction videos that I be doing sometimes, it's like, who am I offending today? Now, you don't want to have that mindset. You don't want to, who gives a shit who you're offending? But it's like people are so sensitive. People are so sensitive, and Hollywood is such a teamwork business that, You might post something in a podcast or in a reaction video, and there could have been a studio, a network, or a streaming service that wanted to work with you. They done come across a podcast or a reaction video you done did. Now they don't want to work with you no more. So now you moving out of fear and you not being your authentic self. And you can't be like that. I'm well aware you just got to say, F it, do you, put out your art, and go about your business. But then you get to a point sometimes you're like, man, I'm trying to be successful at the same time. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like I was talking to my homeboy, G King, about this the other day. I feel like I got 1 foot in the industry and 1 foot out the industry. And I'm always like, all right, I want to post these videos and post a podcast and give my honest opinion on whatever, whether it's movies or Hollywood or even if it's politics. Give my honest opinion. But you like, God damn, who done seen this that I done pissed off? You know. Who done seen this that I done pissed off? So I don't know, man. I'm trying to get back to the podcast. At least I'm going to try to do the In My Feelings every episode. And then when it comes to celebrities, you know, you hit up some celebrities. Some of them hit you back. I done did Urban Legends. Some of them hit you back. And then you got other ones that just ignore your DM. Nigga, I'm verified too. Okay? So I know you seen my DM, most likely. But because I'm not Shannon Sharp or the 85 South Show, you know, people are hesitant to come on and do your podcast. Where it's like, how do you think you gotta help build it up? The reason I started the podcast was to give new comedians, especially when it comes to Fuck Your Feelings, a place to come, because we can't get on the Breakfast Club that easy, because we can't get on Shannon Sharp ain't having us, you know, not yet. A lot of us, you know. So it's like, so I have this platform that I've been trying to build up to give newer comedians and new artists and new people in entertainment to have a place to come once they're, not only while they're building their career, but definitely while they're popping, you got a place to come. But when you got certain celebrities and stuff that don't want to come on your podcast, it's like, well, hey, you can't even get on Jimmy Fallon. Nobody's even put you can't get on Jimmy. It's a struggle for you to get a late night booking. Come fuck with the nigga that's trying to holler at you. Come fuck with the young gun comedians that's trying to celebrate you. But instead of you coming on the platform where the young people trying to celebrate you, you want to go to where the white man at. Yeah, I said it. You want to go on Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, and I get it. They have more reach. I get it. But the only way we go come up to is we have to build our platforms also. So sometimes it's like, man, some of the people I want to get on the podcast, you know, they go ghost. They don't text you back. They say they go pull up and they don't. You know, and it's like, man, I don't got time to be chasing niggas. I don't got time for chasing niggas. You know, it's like, or people say they gonna do your podcast and then when you follow up, they don't open their messages in the DM. It's like, man, I don't got time for that. You're not that famous. You famous enough for me to interview you, but you ain't famous enough to be like that. You know, you ain't Brad Pitt. You ain't Leonardo DiCaprio or Denzel. It's like, and again, you can't even get on late night shows. You probably can't even get on at midnight. Some of these niggas. So, anyways, that's kind of been my dilemma when it comes to doing the podcast consistently. Tired of reaching out to people. And again, there's a lot of people that want to do the podcast, but then I'm also thinking about a business perspective. And when I say a business perspective, I mean this. How many views is it going to get also? So, of course, the bigger the name, the more views, the more reach you have. And so I'm trying to find that equal balance of good amount of views, but also showcasing new talent too. So I'm thinking about kind of merging the Urban Legends in F Your Feelings. You know, like I'm still interviewing bigger names, but I might have one newer comedian that's on my level or somewhat, and we could kind of interview the bigger comedian together, or we could just all have a discussion together, but our focus is on whoever that bigger artist is. Because I still want to give a platform to up-and-coming comedians and artists, actors, directors, writers, and have a place for them to come and share their thoughts and their art and promote whatever they got going on. So that's kind of where I'm at, y'all. That's why I've been kind of MIA. I know it was something. I ain't did a podcast in a while. I didn't set the timer. Hold on, y'all. There we go. I was like, how long have I been talking so far? So that's been the case, y'all. Well, I ain't did an episode in a while. But like I said, I'm gonna try to be consistent. I'm gonna try to keep putting out these episodes because I always have to be like, I'm 39 now, right? I know, surprise. I know I look great for my age. But I'm like, if it takes me 10 years at 49, if I'm 49 and I'm selling out arenas because I was consistent with the podcast, will I be happy? And the truth is, I would be. 49, that's approaching 50. I'm going to be like, I don't know how much I'm going to want to travel. But, if I'm popping, I'm able to travel private and all that, then, hey, it was all worth it. So, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at on the podcast, y'all. To pod or not to pod, that is the question. But, before I get out of here, this is the thing I was going to say, too. So, I came out to L.A. I just got back to L.A. about a week ago. And what's keeping me motivated, and the reason why I got back to doing a podcast episode was because I ran into a few different comedians like, damn, man, when you doing a podcast again? Like, when you doing another Fuck Your Feelings? So people are checking out, and someone was like, they've been watching the full episodes, So there are people that miss the clips and miss the episodes, and I feel like that's a sign from God that I need to keep going. Don't get discouraged. Because, yeah, man, I'm someone that had it super easy coming into LA. And then now it's like I'm trying to elevate to this next level. And I ain't gonna lie, it's a little difficult. It's a little difficult to elevate to that next level. It's like I'm not just trying to be a working actor. I'm trying to be, on my Quinta Brunson, Donald Glover, Issa Rae, Seth Rogen, Judd Apatow type shit. Adam Sandler type shit. It just is what it is. And so when you trying to be on that path, it's a lot harder than how easy it was to me. Things came to me when I first, got to LA, So, hey man, it is what it is. I would say my first 13 years was a breeze. And now it's like, I feel like you're fighting for your life sometimes out here. And that's just keeping it 100, man. So that's kind of all the reasons why I slowed up on the podcast. All those different thoughts. But I do know you can't think about what people are thinking if you're really trying to be honest with your art. But I also know you got to play the game sometimes in order to get to where you're trying to go. And that's what it is, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell your people about it, share this shit, man. Hit the subscribe button. And, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to grow to help put other people on, not just myself and elevate myself, but elevate the people that I like and admire and I think are super talented. That's it. I'm out of here. Peace.